Hello everyone, this is Sandra and welcome to my channel. I just set this channel up so I could do different tutorials and show you guys how I do some of my beading, and one of my new favorite activities I just learned how to do was tatting. So I wanted to share that with all of you. And so this project that I'm going to show you how to do today is a little star ornament. As you can see, I did it in different colors, but like if you wanted to do them for Christmas, you probably would want to use a white thread, which is what I'm going to use today, and hopefully it'll show up okay on camera, but we'll see. So anyways, I did not design this ornament, so I can't take any of the credit for it. This pattern was done by Joelle Paulson, and it's a free pattern that I found online, and I will post a link to it in the description below of where you can get it, and then you can print it out for yourself. So also should let you know this pattern was created for shuttle tatters, but I was able to do it using a needle. I personally haven't done shuttle tatting, so I'm not quite ready to try that one yet. I've seen people do it, and I have some issues with my hands. I have tendonitis. I get tendonitis in my hands, so the way you have to hold a thread with one of the hands would irritate that for me. But the needle seems to be just fine. I haven't had any problems. So you're welcome to, if you're a shuttle tatter, obviously, you can, do it with the shuttle, but it is needle tatting capable. Not sure if that's the correct term, but I'm gonna go with it. So anyways, if you guys are ready, actually, you know what, before that, I was gonna kind of go into a little description. So this these three different sizes that I did, these top three here, the orange, the pink one, and this multicolored, it's a red, white, and blue multicolored thread. These three are all done with a size 10 thread. This one here, this multicolored purple one, is done with a size 20 thread. And then this little teeny tiny guy over here, he was probably my most challenging, and I did him with a size 80 thread. A size 80 thread, and I believe I used a size 8 needle. I think. It was either an 8 or a 7. I think it was an 8 though, which is a very fine needle. But because of the size of the thread and how tiny it is and all, this one was probably my most challenging. But he's also my favorite just because he's so tiny. And I have a small Christmas tree, so I mean, if I find some size 80 white thread, I might do some more for ornaments to hang on my Christmas tree, but because they would be just the right size. Or even this purple one, I might get some white thread and do some of these in white. And then on the pattern itself, there's a couple of variations on how you can make the star, because you can incorporate beads into this project. So like on this middle one, this one, and this one, and this one, there are no beads. And so what you can do, I'll pull them up a little closer. What you can do, if you can tell, is on this inner ring here that we do, the inner ring where we start, right here we have 3 picots. On the ones with beads, pick up this guy. Now, as you can tell, that other one was stiffened. This one has not yet been stiffened. On this inner ring here, there's only 1 picot, and that's where the bead is. So that's the variation that she has in her pattern. And so I'm going to show you guys how to make it using a needle. It's really fun, and it was a bit of a challenge at first, just because I had to figure out how to do it using a needle and not a shuttle. So, but once I got it down, it's pretty easy. So if you guys are ready, let's get started. Okay, for this project, you are going to need thread, and I'm using a size 10, and this thread is, we're going to do white, and I picked this thread up. It's the Artiste. It's a size 10 crochet thread, and I found it at Hobby Lobby. They were having a sale on all their crochet threads, so I found this color. I found a couple others too that were really pretty, that I'm going to play around with, not necessarily with the star ornament, but some sort of project. But anyways, this is the thread that I picked up. It's 100% mercerized Egyptian cotton, and so you need your thread. You're going to need a pair of scissors, a size 5. I think this is a size 5 beading needle. Yeah, because the size 3 is the big one. And then a needle threader and some beads. And the beads that I'm going to be using in this project to give it more of a snowflake effect is, I just went through my stash. You can't really see these really good on. Let's see. Oops, sorry, I bumped the camera. So I'm using these guys, and they are a size 4mm Swarovski, and this is Alexandrite, and it's a really light blue, really pretty color. I think it would be a good offset color for my snowflake. So I've got those, and then I've got one 6mm crystal, just clear crystal bicone, and this is going to be for the top where the hook goes, for, you know, where you hang it. So and that's it. So let's get started. Okay, so to get started, we're going to thread our needle, and I like to use my little needle threader. You're more than welcome to do this without it, but once I started using it, it makes it so much easier. Okay. And then you just pull them through and you're threaded. And I'll also put a list of the supplies I got and where I got them, like my needles and my thread cutter here. I got at Handy Hands on their website, so I'll put a link to their website in the description below. And well, this particular model of threader, needle threader, it also has a thread cutter on it, and you can also put it through a little key ring, so you always have it on hand, you know, so you don't lose it. I haven't used the thread cutter yet, but I like how this is easier for me to hold, and I really like it. So anyways, like I said, I'll put a link for you guys. And so here, I'm going to thread my needle, and my tail, the piece that goes from the needle to the end of my thread, my tail, I want to have at least 12 inches, and my beading mat that I have here is just shy of that. So I use the edge of my here, and I'll show you what I do. So there's my thread. Let's see if you can see this. Let me back out some. That's it. Okay. So I just take my needle, and I put the end of my needle where the thread's going through it, I put it at one end, and then I just pull it to the other end, and that gives me the length I need for my tail. And then I do that again with the other end of the thread going to the ball. I want to do that twice. So I'll do from the end to there, and I'll pinch it with my fingers, and then I'll just pull it through again, and where my fingers are in my left hand, where it's pinching the thread, that's where I want to start my work. So that's just how I do it, and you can however you want, but you want at least, because you need to have a big loop hanging down from the end of your needle to where you start your tatting. So here we go. We're going to start by putting our needle to our thread. So you just like that, to our thread with your right hand, or if you're left-handed, with your left hand. I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna do it this way. Okay. And you know what? I just realized I forgot to show you guys the most important part of this whole project, other than the thread and the needle. Otherwise, you aren't going nowhere. The most important part, guys, I forgot to show you. The pattern. I don't believe I did that. So yeah, here's the pattern that I printed out. Joelle Paulson, and her website is on here, so I'll attach it in the link below, so you guys can print it out too. And so there's the pattern, and this up here is our inner ring, and then this down here will be our outer ring. And I wrote in some notes on here just for me, because I'm doing the needle tatting. If you're doing the shuttle tatting, you won't need these little notes that I have. So I don't know where that came from. So yeah, so anyway, here she's got, and when I printed it out, she's got some examples of how you can differentiate the pattern. Like this one in here in the center, it's a 5-point star, and then she did the 1 picot version with the beads. And then this one over here is 6-point star and no beads, so she's got the 3 picots, and I think that's just the same, it's just smaller. Here's another one. This one's a 5-point star with no beads, and it's got the 3 picots. And then this one up here is a 5-point star, 1 picot, and no beads. So it's really however you want to do it. And she calls it Twinkle Twinkle, and I just think it's adorable, and it's gonna make some really great Christmas gifts and ornaments for my tree as well. Yeah, and she does note on here it is a free pattern, and but I can't sell it. I can't, I can't repost it as my own. So yeah, she gets all the credit for it. If you want it, you have to go to her website and print it out. So anyways, let's get started here. So we're going to pick up our thread where we left off, and I'm going to push my beads up out of the way here. Okay, so we're going to do a 5-point star, so you're going to need 5 of the beads for the inner ring, and then I have another bead because I'm going to use it in the top part for where the loop goes, where we attach the hook. I'm going to have this one and this one, so these 2 beads are for the top part, and these 5 are for the inner ring that we're going to start on. Okay, so to get started here, we put the thread on our finger, put the needle to the thread. We're going to do 5 double stitches. And that's all tatting is. It's double stitches and picots and rings and chains, and that's basically it. So to do our double stitch, you're going to wrap your thread like so. That's 2. So we have 2 double stitches here. You can see that. We're going to do our 3rd one. And number 4. And number 5. So there we have 5 double stitches. Now we're going to do a picot. I think I did something wrong. I did. You know what, guys? I will be right back. We're gonna have to start over. I'll be right back. Okay, so there's one more component that I forgot to tell you guys about, and we have to thread our beads on before we can start tatting, because we'll be adding beads as we go. So for me, what I do is I just use some top coat, and it's an inch to dry top coat. And excuse me, I like to use that. I mean, you can use glue, you can use a fabric stiffener, whatever you want. I like the top coat because it dries so quickly. I can, it'll dry, and you'll see here, it dries in seconds, and it gets it just stiff enough for me to get the beads on, and so I can start tatting. Otherwise I gotta wait for the glue to dry, and it slows me down, and I hate that. So I'm gonna use my top coat here, and what I do is I just get it off with a brush as much as I can, and I set that aside because I'm just going to dip my thread right in there. Get in there. Oops, sorry guys, didn't mean to shake you up there. Do one more little dip in there. You want them to get nice and coated like that. Okay. And then I just run my fingers along here. Yeah, see, now my fingers, they're not even sticky. There's nothing there. And it gets it just thick enough, and then I gotta put my brush back in so it doesn't dry out. Okay. And it's just stiff enough for me to get the beads on. See? So you string your beads on. Come on. There we go. And there we go. Here's the 5th one. Okay, and we just slide those down our work. Okay. And then the other end of the thread, where we stiffened it, we can just snip that off now because we don't need it anymore. And I go a little bit below because, just in case. And we get him off of there. Okay. And then we can thread our needle. I love this guy. Makes it so much easier. Okay, so there we go. Let me get re-situated here. Okay. There's 1. There's 2. where I want to start. Okay. So there we go. So we're gonna do 5 double stitches. We're gonna do a ring. So it starts with 5 double stitches. Two, three. There's 4, and here is 5. Okay, so we have our 5 double stitches. We're going to do a picot, and about that big. Close them off. Do a double stitch, which was basically when you close off your picot, that's your double stitch. You're going to do another picot. Ouch. Close him off, and then we're going to close this off by doing 5 more double stitches. We did 1. This is 2, 3, and 4, and 5. So that's what you should have on your needle. You have your 5 double stitches, a picot, a double stitch, another picot, and then 5 double stitches. We're going to pull that off of our work, make our ring. Just pull it through, and I pull till I get my tail through, and then you go through you pull your needle through the loop. I know, cooperate. No tangles. There we go. I'm gonna fix you. Okay. Now we're gonna reverse our work. Tie a knot, and that's what you should have. Here's our first picot. Our first ring. So now we're going to do a chain. Start by putting the needle to the back of your work. And you're going to do 4 double stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Actually, we're going to do 1 more double stitch. Because we're doing the beaded version, we're going to do 5 double stitches. My apologies. Okay. So we're going to do 5 double stitches. Now we're going to bring one of our beads up to our work. Okay, you're going to hold them there with your finger and do 5 more double stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's what you should have. 5 double stitches, a picot, which is your bead, and then 5 more double stitches. And we're going to pull that off to make our chain. And this time you just pull it straight through, you don't go through the loop. Come on. They like to tangle, so you gotta watch out for that. There. And then reverse your work again. Tie your knot. And then there we go. That's what you should have. Your ring and your chain. Now we're going to do another ring, and this time we're going to be joining one of our picots. We're going to be joining it to our first picot from our previous ring. So you start doing your 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to slide our work up here, and we're going to attach it to the ring. Go through. There we go, and you pull them through. And we slide it back down. We're going to do 1 double stitch, another picot, close him off. We're going to do 5 double stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, pull our work off our needle. No tangles. And I hate more than tangles, especially with this thread. It is pain to get out. Okay. Okay, pull on tight, reverse your work, tie your knot, and that's what you should have. This thread going over my finger is my ball thread. This one coming down is my needle thread. So we're ready to start our next chain. And we do 5 double stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5. We're going to pull another bead up to our work. Come on, little bead. There we go. Pull up your work, hold them in place, and do 5 more double stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We're going to pull them off of our work. Maybe. Come on. Now I know I didn't do it that tight. There we go. And I go slow because, as you can see, it likes to ravel on you. And that's how you get your knots. Okay. Turn our work over. Tie our knot. Okay. So, I'll show you guys one more time, and then I'm going to go off camera to finish, and then I'll come back to show you how you attach your last ring. So, we're going to do another ring. Same thing as the last time, we're going to attach our picot to this ring. So we start by doing 5 double stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, attach him. Put your needle through, catch that thread, pull it through like so. Do one double stitch, and another picot. About like that. And then close them off, do 5 more double stitches. That was 1, 2, any more thread, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, pull our ring off. Reverse our work. And tie our knot. Okay. We'll do one more chain together, and then I'm going to go off camera to finish, and then I'll be back to show you how to do the last part. So we're doing our chain. 5 double stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to pull another bead up to our work. Pull them up there. 1, and then do 4 more for a total of 5. And I'm going to slide them on my needle a little bit because it's going to get 2, 3, 4, and 5. Turn him, tie your work, and that's what you should have. So you're ready to do your next ring. So 3, we want to have 5 rings in here, so we got 2 more rings and 2 more chains. So go ahead, do your next ring, attach in, do your next chain, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how to do the last chain in the last ring. So I will be back. Okay, I'm back, and I am working on my last ring here, and I've got my 5 double stitches on, and I'm going to join it to my previous picot just as before. Uh-oh, I think I just took off. Yeah, I did. Okay, get on there. Oop. Okay, slide our work up. We're going to attach our picot just like before. Okay, get him on there. We're going to do a double stitch. One double stitch, and then instead of doing another picot, we're going to use this other one from the very first ring we did. We're going to attach to that picot. That one didn't quite work. There we go. Okay. we'll do our 5 double stitches to finish up this ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, we're going to close our ring. Here's our work, and tie our knot. Okay, we're going to do our last chain here for this round. Same as before, do your 5 double stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, add our last bead. One little bead. There we go. Move them up there. Do our final 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Pull our work off. Through, make our chain. Tie your knot. And then, there we go. Ow. Knuckles are cracking. We want to, so we have all of our stitches. We want to attach right in here as close to this point as possible. So I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to try and catch this thread right here. There we go. Okay. And I'm just going to pull it through. It attaches. And then we're just going to tie a knot right here. Try and stay in the camera here for you guys. Okay, and that's it. That's it. There's our first round. Be pretty proud of yourself if you've made it this far. Okay. So now what we're going to do is start the outer round, which is doing the points on the stars. And to do that, we're going to look at our second half of our pattern here. So put our needle to our work and we're going to do a chain of 5 double stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We're going to do a picot, about that size. to do 2 double stitches, so that was 1, and 2. We're going to do another picot, same size, okay, and we're going to do 2 more double stitches, and 2, okay, so that's what you should have on your needle. We're going to shove him off from our chain. Trying not to catch any of our work, like I just did. There we go. Okay. Okay. We're gonna, this part is, we're gonna tie our knot, but we're not gonna reverse our work. So just tie your knot. You want to keep going in the same direction. Do not reverse your work. We're going to turn it a little bit, so if you're holding it like this, your chain's coming up, you've got your picots on the left side, and you're just going to do, about 1/4 of a turn to your left. So now he's facing 9 o'clock. We just want to change the angle so that we can do start our little ring here. We're going to do 2 double stitches, 1, 2. We're going to do a small picot with 1 double stitch. We're going to do a bigger picot, 1 double stitch, and then another small picot. And we finish him off with 2 stitches. 2. Okay. Get my work out of the way here. There we go. Okay. You're going to pull your work through, form your ring. That's what you should have. Just like that. Okay? And again, do not reverse your work, but you're going to tie a knot. Okay? And again, we're just going to kind of give them a little turn here. So we can put, reposition here. Get our needle on our work. And now we're going to do the other side of our point here. So we're doing another chain so then we can attach him over here. But this time we're working in reverse, so we're going to start with 2 double stitches. 1, 2, a picot, 2 double stitches, 2, a picot, and 5 double stitches. 2, 4, our chain off of our work, make our chain here. And again, tie your work, but do not turn it. Okay. So we have our point. Attached over here. We need to attach them over here as close to in this valley as possible. You want to get as close to this little valley in here as possible. So I'm going to find a spot here where I can put my needle through. I think we're going to go, try to go, not quite right there. Right there. Okay. Pull our work through. And then tie a knot. Okay. And I will, put them down here. That's what you should have. So we're ready to start the next point. Again, coming out of the top is my ball thread. Going down in front is the needle thread. Chain. And we're going to start with our next chain. So we'll do our 5 double stitches. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. A picot. 2 double stitches. 2. Another picot. Come on. Really? There we go. Another picot. And 2 double stitches. Okay. That's our work. We're going to pull them off the needle, form our chain. He's gonna want to curl on you, so you gotta kind of keep a hold on it. Okay. Okay. Tie your knot. Go about a quarter of a turn. Remember, do not reverse your work. Otherwise you'll be going in the wrong direction. We don't want that. Okay. This guy is always difficult. I always have trouble getting this part started. Okay. And we're going to start with 2 double stitches. 2. A small picot. Double stitch, a bigger picot, a double stitch, and another little tiny picot, and finish off with 2 double stitches. 2. That's what used to be on your needle. Okay. Make your ring. Careful not to catch your work like I keep doing. There we go. Awesome. And again, tie your work. You're not. Give them another quarter turn. are ready to chain the other side. Start with 2 double stitches. 1, 2, a picot, 2 double stitches, 2, another picot, and 5 double stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Pull our chain off. Tie our knot. Okay. And attach him. Okay, tie our knot. And you are ready to start your next point. Okay, so there's what we have. So you're going to keep on going, doing your chain, your 5 double stitches, a picot, 2 double stitches, a picot, 2 double stitches, tie your knot, do your ring, which is 2 double stitches, a small picot, 1 double stitch, a bigger picot, 1 double stitch, another small picot, and then 2 double stitches to make your ring. Then do the other side of your chain, which is the reverse of the first side. So instead of doing your 5, 2, and 2, you're going to do 2, 2, and 5. Attach it to your valley, and that's it. So you're going to keep doing that 3 more times till you get back here, and then I will come back and I will show you the last point. We're going to do a little different, actually. Yeah, the last point that you do when you get to the ring, you're going to want to do an extra large ring because you want to have enough space to be able to get 2 beads on there. So when you get to that one, it'll be your last one. You'll want to make sure that you do that, and I'll come back and I'll show you what I mean when we get to that point. So keep going, and if you need to see these steps again, just rewind a little bit and go through these steps again, and I will be back. Okay, we're back. I'm on my last little point, and I'm at the point where I'm doing the picot, or I'm sorry, not the picot, the ring. So we're gonna do our 2 double stitches as normal, 2, a small picot, and this is the one that we want to do extra big because we need to make sure we have enough space to get our beads on there. So I'm gonna do him about that big. Make him down, and then you do your other small picot, and then finish off your 2 double stitches. Okay, you'll see here in a second what I'm talking about. He's all floppy and stuff, so he doesn't like to cooperate. You like to get caught in your work. Okay. Cooperate, little star. So yeah, we're gonna get two beads on, we're gonna get the beads on here, and I'll show you how in the next part. We'll get our beads on there, and this picot, you can see it's larger than the others, and that's what you want, because this is where our hook is gonna go, and we want to get our beads on there. So let's finish up this ring here, I mean this chain, so we can finish this point off, and I can show you how to do the beads. Okay, so we're going to do 2, okay, do a picot, do another double stitch, okay, another picot, and more thread. We'll do one more. Oop. Just let my work down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. There we go. Make sure he's laying the right way. Okay, pull him off. Tie our knot. Okay. Make sure he's facing the right way here. Come on, little star. Okay. And there we go. Alright. Get him attached. Come on there, I want to go right there. Nope. Alright, fine. We'll go right there. Okay, we're going to tie our knot here. Okay. So there's our little star. So I'm gonna do, let's do one more knot here just to make sure he is secure. There we go. And we're gonna hide our threads here, and we're gonna do that by, let's see here, we're gonna go up this, I think. Maybe. I like to get through at least 4 stitches. Okay. Pull our thread through. I'm gonna cut him off. There's one. that's our scrap thread, which, you know, just toss it because there's not enough of it to work with, so it's doing anything else with it. So okay, we're going to snip off our ball thread. Okay, and we're going to go through, we got to hide our other thread. Let's see here. I'm going to go through here, and when I cut my threads off, I kind of cut them short because I don't like to waste a lot of thread, and the other one was quite, you know, a little bit long. It was a little wasteful to me. I don't like to waste my thread, so I cut them short, and then when I'm hiding that thread, I'll put my needle into my work. I won't pull it all the way through yet, but here, I'll show you. We're going to go I think that's about 4. Come on. Come on. There you are. Okay. I'm going to push him through almost all the way so that he's like this. I'm going to get my little needle threader. So I can get him, thread my needle. And then I can pull him all the way through. Like so. Pull him off the needle. Make sure he's good and hidden in there. And then you can cut your thread off. Done. So there's our star. He's really cute, huh? Oh, I like him. Okay. So our last part here is we got to get our beads on, and to do that, what we're going to do is that scrap piece of thread that I have, and I hook him through here like so. Okay, hook him through here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my beads and I'm going to put them onto my threader here. And you can do them one at a time. I like to do them both. Actually, you know what? I did this backwards. I'm going to put the little guy on first. And the little guy is harder to get on there. Come on. He's harder to grasp. There we go. Okay. You get him on there. Get your big bead on there. Then you're going to put your thread, which this part's fraying. I'm going to cut him off. There. Put both ends through the loop, like so. They're on there, and then you pull your beads down off of there, and then you pull them down onto your work. And that's it. Now you can put your hook on there, and yeah, I'm not going to use that one. It was hard to get off in the first place. see here. Here, we'll use this guy. Okay, this is just a hook I made. You can use your traditional, you know, the ornament hooks. And all you're gonna do I always have trouble with this part. Does not like to cooperate. There we go. Ah. There we go. Put him on there. And you're done. I'm probably going to stiffen this one, and I just use fabric stiffener. You can get it at your craft store. You might be able to find it at Walmart. I'm not sure. I found mine at, you know, my local craft store. So, and you'll just you can either dip it, or what I do is I use a paintbrush and I just paint it on, and then I'll paint it on the other side, and then you let it dry, and then it will get stiff like this guy. See? He's nice and stiff. And then he's ready to go. You can make a bunch of these, and like I said, you know, do different size threads, and you can have different size stars. You can do your 6-point star. So the only difference with that is when you're doing your inner round, instead of the 5 rings and 5 chains, you would do 6, and then when you do the outer, you do your 6 points. So that's the only difference. I hope you guys have a lot of fun with making your stars, and if you follow me on Facebook under Sandra's Beaded Path, I'd love to see pictures of what you guys make, and what, you know, color combinations you come up with. And yeah, thanks for watching, and if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be doing a lot more, not just tatting. I will be doing some beadwork, and that's it. Hope you all have a great day, and I will catch you all later. Bye.